Hi everyone. Welcome to my Wednesday night crafting session. I'm just quickly cleaning off some stamps that I was using beforehand before we get started. I'll give people a chance to join. I hope you've all had a lovely day. It's been quite a calm day here. It's just been me and Emily. We've had some playtime, we've been to the park. It's been quite nice. Ready to spend some time with you guys this evening. I've got something quite fun for you tonight. Well, I hope you think it's fun. I'm just giving my stamps a bit of a clean because I need the blocks. So, hi to everyone who's joining. It's lovely to see so many of you on, nice and early. So tonight I have got for you a bit of a project. I say project. It's a coordinated, a matching gift card and gift box. So this time of year, obviously, there's lots of Christmas shopping to be done. We're all sending kind of lots of different gifts to people, and with the shops being closed, it's not so easy to kind of source nice gift packaging and cards. So it's a nice opportunity to make your own. So I've got a gift box for you and a card. I've made it as a happy birthday gift box, using some of the product from the annual catalogue. But I'm going to make it into a Christmas version, hopefully. I've got my measurements written down, so hopefully it will work. So what I'll do is I'll flip my camera around, you can see my desk, and then we can get started. If anyone's got any questions as we go along, just pop them in the comments and I'll do my best to follow them. If you're watching this back on YouTube, any of the replays, feel free to add a comment in the box below, and don't forget to subscribe and you'll get notifications for future videos from me. Gina's just put congrats on the onstage. Well, thank you very much. I was very, very surprised. I didn't expect to be in the top numbers for the UK, but very, very chuffed to be number 20 overall. I'm in good company as well on that list, so well done to everyone else that's there and has worked really hard this year. Right, let's get cracking. Bear with. Okay, bit of a blank desk for you this evening. So this is what we're going to make tonight, but a Christmas version. Okay, so I have a lovely size gift box, and I actually made this gift box for my last card class, and this is a smaller version. This is using the Snowflake suite. So it's a lovely little book fold gift box, and that's really little. You can fit a couple of chocolates in. I think you can get 6 for a Rocher. Not that I'm a fan. So I've made a bigger version for you today. It's a really lovely size, and it uses 2 pieces of cardstock and then some bits to decorate, and then that's the inside. So you've got a space there to do a little bit of writing. And the depth of the box is 3 centimetres deep, so you could actually get, you know, a decent little gift in there, maybe a hand cream and some gloves or something. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with the size of this box, so we'll get making it. I used the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set for my main text there, my main sentiment. Oh, the card, I didn't show the card. This is the card. So we've got a lovely bit of decorating on the envelope. Love a bit of a decorated envelope. And then this is my matching card. So we have gift box and we have card. So I think that's a really nice gift and card to give to somebody. It's all handmade, of course. So yes, the stamp set that I've used, I've got some of the greetings, wishing you the happiest of birthdays, and it's your day from the Happiest of Birthdays stamp set. And then my flower images and the other sentiments that I've used. So for a very kind and thoughtful friend, and celebrating your day, come from the Gorgeous Posies stamp set, and they're both in the annual catalogue. Okay, the DSP that I've used, this lovely dot, is part of the playful, now you're testing me, playful backgrounds. Yeah, let me see, what is it called? Playing with Patterns DSP. Really lovely bright colours in that DSP. Love it. And the colours I've used for this are Flirty Flamingo, Night of Navy. Quite a traditional classic colour combination there. Hi to Kayla. Hi Kayla, lovely to hear from you. Thanks for joining us. It's evening here. Congrats on your placement on stage as well. That's just amazing. You must be super chuffed. It was lovely to see your name pop up. Okay, so that's our gift box, that's our card, and that's our envelope. So we can put that to one side and we can get making. So like I said, I have chosen to make this into a Christmas project, and I have got here's a card that I've made earlier. I'm not sure if that's how I'm going to decorate it, not sure yet. It might just be there for inspiration. I've got these lovely celebration label dies which are part of the August to December mini catalogue, and they are just fab. They're absolutely huge. Love those. So I've used one of them here, and that's not even the largest die. Love it. Really handy if you've got those. I've got some garden green cardstock, that's my instructions. And then here, this is the Toil Tidings DSP, which is in garden green and cherry cobbler. Really lovely papers. Lovely patterns, very traditional I would say. Really like those. So let's get cracking. You will need a trimmer for this. Let's put that to one side. I feel like my desk is closing in on me tonight. So we're going to start by cutting the box, the bottom of the box. And we're going to cut a piece of cardstock that measures 17 by 21. So we open up our long arm. We know that the width of our A4 is 21 centimetres. Just moving some bits. So we're going to turn and we're going to cut that at 17 centimetres. Pop that piece to one side. And then to make our box, this is a really simple measurement. We're going to score at 3 centimetres on all 4 sides. So we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, and we've got 4. Okay, so now I'm just going to make sure that looks about right. Pop our trimmer to one side for the moment and grab a bone folder, which I finally found it the other day. They were in the children's stuff, of course. Right, so now we're going to burnish all of our score lines so they're nice and crisp. Your scissors, we're going to make some cuts. So open up your cardstock, let's have it that way, and I'm going to cut on this line here, and then I'm going to notch it in there and there. So we're creating a little tab here. Evening to my mum. My mum has hopped on this evening. Hope you're okay, mum. So cutting on the score line, and then notch in and then notch out. Okay, and do that to the opposite side as well. So cut on your score line, notch in and notch out. 10 on the score line, notch in and then notch out. So you end up with your piece of cardstock looking like that. Okay, so I'm going to use, to put this together, it's really simple. I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. And for those of you that have been watching me for a little while, you know that I have a love-hate relationship with Seal. Until today, Seal Plus is amazing. It's so different. It goes on so much smoother, it's stronger. So I think Seal Plus and me will be friends. So now we're gonna fold these pieces in and just add some of your Seal Plus to each one of those tabs. Fold in. I say we're friends. I say we're acquaintances. And then do that to all 4 of your tabs. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold. Hi everyone, I'm really sorry, I've no idea what happened there. People coming back, yep. I've no idea what happened there, sorry guys, my internet just dropped out. I've no idea where you got up to, but I was waffling away to myself I think for a while. Been having problems with our power and our internet for the last week or so. It's very annoying. But let's try again, shall we? If it drops out again, I'll just hop back on, hopefully. It seems to be strong enough at the moment, but we'll see how we get on. Right, okay, so where do we get to? We were building our box, so we're going to line up all of our edges, tucking our tabs inside. Okay, so you're building a little tray. So that's all 4 of our sides together. So you've got a nice little tray there. And now we can build the cover of our box. So you need another piece of cardstock. And again, you want to pull out your arm. And we're going to measure a piece now that is 17 by 27. So the easiest way to do this, you have your piece of A4, you're going to turn it so that it's portrait, and you're going to cut at 17 centimetres. Okay. And then turn it round so it's on the landscape and cut at 27 centimetres. Now to create our book fold, you're going to score from either end at 12 centimetres. So 12 from that end, turn it all the way round and do 12 from that end. So then we can pop our trimmer to one side again, and then you're going to fold and burnish those lovely score lines to make sure it's nice and sharp. Okay, so there we have our little folder and our box. I'm not quite sure why I keep freezing. The internet isn't great. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm really sorry guys. So the box then sits inside like that with a little border around, and then it closes. So you've got a really neat little gift box and folder there. Now because I've put this together, I'm going to just attach it with some wet glue. She says, there we go. Has it got any better, guys? I hope so. Right, so then this just sits up against that fold line with an equal border around the top and the side and the bottom. Okay, so there we have it. And then we fold it over, and I think that's really sweet. Okay, so once we put some weight on it, it will stick together, it will sit quite nicely. So I've chosen to go with some Very Vanilla cardstock, because Very Vanilla is the background to our DSP. So I'm going to cut couple of pieces. Now the front of our box measures 12 centimetres by 17. So I'm going to take that down by 1.5 centimetres. So that will go down to 10.5 centimetres. Let's put it this way. No, let's go that way. 10.5 by 15.5. It is really, really windy outside. I'm not sure if that's got anything to do with it. So that is our lovely mount for our box. We'll have another one that is 10.5 by 15.5. That's for the back of our box. And then we want another one for our spine. And we'll go with 2.5 by 15.5. Let's put those pieces to one side, and now we can choose our DSP. So I'm going to go with this lovely gingham pattern in garden green, and we're going to go with 10 by 15, so that's fine. So this is half a sheet, so we'll have one that's 10, another one that's 10, and one that is 2. And then we'll cut all of those down to 15. So all I've done is I've taken that measurement down by 0.5 centimetre each time. What I'll do after this is I'll go back and edit the post, and I'll put all the measurements in the post for you. Okay, so let's put all of that to one side, and now we can stick. Love that green, isn't it lovely? Hi to Julie, watching and shared from Ohio. Wow, lovely to have you with us this evening. Okay, so we're just making a box, gift box, and then we will have a lovely, I do like both of these patterns actually, both of these colours. The red would have looked nice, wouldn't it? But I'm sticking with all green tonight. So we have 2 pieces, and then this piece can be stuck on like so. And then before we put these on our box, we just need to get some ribbon that we're going to tie this with. And I'm going to go with this lovely, very vanilla ribbon. This is from the, oh, you're pushing me now, the Forever Greenery combo pack. So now we work out roughly where the centre of our piece of card is, and then about kind of 3 centimetres, just lay your ribbon on, cut it off, and then you can stick this to your box. So I'm using the Seal Plus tonight, which is the stronger version of Seal, and I was just saying right at the beginning, it's really good stuff. I'm really impressed with it. Hi to Jill, also joining from Northeast Ohio. Lovely to have you with us, ladies. It's a blustery evening here in the UK, and then we'll do the same on this one. No, look, it's run out. Well, I didn't see that coming, did you? So we'll just work out roughly where the centre is, put our seal on, That's actually not bad to run out of ribbon on a live. That's not too shoddy. And then now add a bit more of our Seal Plus. And then we'll pop this on the back. Oh, that's actually not bad, look. That's not bad at all. Like I say, I planned that, but I'm not that clever. And then we have the piece for the spine. Just rolling that on a bit. And then popping this on there, about so. So there we have our lovely cover, and we'll just close that for the time being. Tie that in a nice way. This ribbon's really, really soft. Probably one of the nicer ribbons. And if you wanted to change the colour of that, you could just colour that with your Stampin' blends. Okay, so now we will decorate that. So we're going to need a piece of Whisper White. I'm going to cut out one of those lovely celebration label dies, and I'm going to use this size here. Actually, that's quite big. We don't want to lose any of that DSP, do we? So let's go with the next size down. This actually comes as part of a bundle from the August to December mini catalogue, but I actually just went with the dies because they're so useful. I love the size. I'm just going to run that through my die machine behind me. Yeah, that's nice. That size is nice, isn't it? Really like that. Okay, so now we need to decide how to decorate it. So I have been using this week the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous In the Pines and Pine Woods dies. So we could create, let's do something a bit like this, shall we? So let's use this die. And we will cut that out of there. This is a really nice die. It just cuts an aperture style in your piece of card. I'm just going to secure that with a bit of washi. What I love about these dies, if you're going with something in the centre, and I'll just zoom in so you can see that, you've got a centre point. So you can quite literally line up your Christmas tree, the trunk with that centre point and the tip with that centre point. Clever, eh? So I'm going to run that through. And then carefully peel this off. A little bit of washi tape is always my friend. And we end up with this. So let's just take all the pieces out. Hi Janice, all the way from New Zealand. Wow, we are globe trotting tonight, ladies and gents, if there's any gents on. Okay, so we can have that there like so, but because that's quite busy in the background there, all we're going to do, let's see if that's wide enough now, we're going to just cut a piece of this lovely garden green cardstock, and I'm just going to trim that down until it fits, and no one will see this because it's obviously on the back. And we now get that. Quite like that. So let's just pop those pieces out. And I'm going to stick this on with some dimensionals because I think it will look better if it's just raised ever so slightly. So I'm going to go with just around the edges, sorry, in the corners. Like so. And then we can pop that on just there. There we have it. I actually prefer that with a bit of dimension to it. And then that can go on there like so. And to do that, I'm going to add, I don't want to have too much dimension, so there's room for a little dimensional there. And there's room, if we cut this in half, one there and one there, and we'll just put a little bit of wet glue on that piece there like so, to make sure that will stick nicely. Okay, let's just push that down really carefully. And it's coming together. Now we just need a sentiment. So let's see what sentiments we've got here. Shall we go for a bit of peace and joy? Shall we, shall we? If I can find it. Here it is. Let's have a bit of joy, shall we? How about that? A bit of peace. I'll zoom that back out again so you can see more. These dies are really useful. I have used these so much. So let's have peace in the green. Will that go on there? No. Let's use this piece. I'm all about using my offcuts. Waste not, want not. And I'm staying with the green. Just keeping it nice and simple. I do find the trick is not adding too many different colours into your mix. So let's just cut out this little piece. So with these Peace and Joy dies, many of you have seen me use these lots. Really handy, and I love all the different layers that you get. So here we have peace. Okay, so I've got the word itself and then the outline, which we will just stick in. Okay, so let's go softly with the liquid glue. I could have used the adhesive sheets, but I've run out, and actually my delivery isn't due until Friday. So I've just added a little bit of glue to the back of that, and then now we just lay this on and get the position as we'd like it. So we've got a bit of peace there now. Right, so we then need to stamp the rest of it. Peace and Joy, here you are. Let's have Peace and Joy. This stamp set is so well used. So Peace and Joy, so we'll have peace on earth. So let's just grab the on earth. Why can't I see that? Peace to the world on earth. There you are. So we'll just have a little bit of scrap, very vanilla, and we'll stamp on earth like so. Does anyone else desk feel like a minefield when you're creating? Mine does. Just give this a little trim around. Right, so let's work out where this is going to go now. There, or down a bit? I think down a bit, just there. What do you think? We could actually put it down there, peace on earth. Then it feels like this space is quite a lot missing here. We could offset it to the side. This is when I'm terrible at decision making. This is why it takes me so long to create things. There, I think. Should we go with there? And then we can put on earth. Just down a bit. Yeah, let's do that. So let's take the lid off. We might get somewhere. And then peace on earth. I'm going to go in the centre. And let's add a dimensional to that. So there we have our little gift box decorated on the outside. I'm not going to do too much more to that because I think less is more. We will, however, just add a few little gems. And I have here the holiday rhinestone basic jewels. So these come in blue, sorry, Night of Navy, balmy blue. I think that's balmy blue. Might be pool party. They come in, okay, dark blue, light blue, green, red and orange. Okay. I would look up the colours in the catalogue. And let you know later on. So let's just add a couple of these kind of randomly. Like so. It's got a few little gems. And then inside, just very quickly, we're going to open that up. We need a piece that's going to go in there. So we'll bring our trimmer back in. And we are going to cut a piece of cardstock. Let's just have a little clear down. We're going to cut a piece that is 10.5. Do you remember the measurement? By 15.5. Okay. And then before we stick that in, we'll do a little bit of stamping. So let's stamp a Christmas tree, shall we? So we go with this one. I used this one on my card the other day and I really liked it. So we have this lovely In the Pines stamp set, and let's go with garden green, of course, because that's the colour that we've used. And we're going to use a Stampin' PS mat for this because it's a photopolymer stamp set. It's always nice to add in a little bit of kind of a mat that you can push against to give you a really nice clear image. Okay, and then we'll finish the box with a little sentiment. So this one I'm a big fan of, Wrapped in Christmas. And then we have this one here. I don't want to use that. Let's get Itty Bitty Christmas, which is another favourite. So we've got Peace on Earth on the front, So we'll put Blessed Christmas Wishes inside. Or we could actually, this is where my brain, for a very kind and thoughtful friend, let's do that. So this is the stamp set that I used on the birthday version of this project from earlier. And we'll stamp in Garden Green again. Lovely, quite pleased with that. And then let's give this a bit of a turn. Just in there like so. I think this has turned out quite nicely in the end. Considering, apart from the measurements, the design was completely off the cuff with you guys. And there we have it. So on the outside we have Peace on Earth, a lovely, lovely box, and then inside we have For a Very Kind and Thoughtful Friend. So let's just tie that back up. That now feels like that's a really sturdy box. The more you put on it, the better it feels, I think. Otherwise it can feel a bit flimsy. Okay, so there we have that, and then we can make our card. So for our card, let's go with some Garden Green again, and let's try and make a nice little matching design. So this piece measures, or let's make it measure, 10.5 centimetres, and it's the length of a piece of A4. If we turn that round and line it up at 14.9 centimetres and score, we then have a lovely card base. So let's get some Very Vanilla, and we're going to make a lovely little layer. So let's take it down by 0.5 centimetre. It would help if this piece of card was straight. So take it down to 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. So that then goes on there like so. And then we'll have a piece of our, so this is what is left of my half a sheet of this DSP, so we'll go with that. Okay, so how big does this measure? This measures 8.5 centimetres. So that is 1.5 centimetres smaller. So that would be 13.4, 12.9. But actually that now looks really odd because the actually doesn't look too bad. We want to make it look ever so slightly different. So let's now add this together. So we'll stick our Very Vanilla down onto our card front like so, and then we can stick our DSP down in the centre. Nice. And then we will, where's my dies gone? Where are you? Come out. Here they are. Let's go with the next size down to try and be consistent with the design. Let's cut that. How would that look in Garden Green? Yeah, let's go with that. So let's cut this from there. of stamping involved in this project, is there? But sometimes you don't need a lot of stamping. That's quite nice. And then we'll cut out our Christmas tree. So let's have that one and this one. So this is the outline of the Christmas tree that actually goes round that image like so, and this one is a bit more detailed. I'll just show these dies off to you. So we're going to cut both of these out of Very Vanilla. Can I get them both on? I can. Love it when that happens. I'm just wheeling these through my die machine behind me. Okay, so this one here creates this lovely detailed piece. Just pop out those extra straggler pieces, and this one is your outline. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount those together like so. We're going to do that with just a few little dots of liquid glue kind of here and there. And these don't match up entirely, but it's good enough. And you just get that lovely kind of shadowy sort of look. And then now we can put that. I quite like that. It's a little bit different. And then we can put this on with a dimensional. Let's move that down a bit. Remember to line up your middle points with your trunk and your tip of your Christmas tree, and then this can go on with dimensionals as well. Like so. And then all that's left to do is to add our sentiment, and I know which one I'm going to use. I'm going to use from this one, Christmas Blessings to You and Yours, if it will fit. Let's have a look. See, that will fit there nicely. But if I add it to a strip, we're going to lose the kind of, we're going to lose that lovely DSP there. So let's choose something. That one there says Peace on Earth. Should we go with that one? That'll be nice, won't it? So let's add this to a little block. Get a piece of scrap Very Vanilla. So that sentiment then matches the sentiment on the box. So let's trim this into a little banner. I'm quite literally just going to trim it down into a strip. I don't like that. Let's put that there. What do we think? I don't mind that. Okay. So then let's add a little bit of dimensional to raise that up ever so slightly. So there we have our finished card front. to almost match our box. It's a little bit of a different take, but I quite like that one has got the vanilla celebration label and one has got the garden green celebration label. That's really nice. And then inside, all that's left to do is to add our layer for inside. So let's cut that out. So we're going to do 10 centimetres by 14.4 centimetres. Like so, and then we've done some stamping on the inside of that one, but actually I'm going to leave that nice and plain. Okay, so tonight we've made a lovely book fold style box that's a really lovely size. It opens like so. The size of it is really useful. I will measure that with my fancy tape measure. It actually measures 11 centimetres by 15.5 centimetres. That's a really, really fab size, really useful for Christmas. And then we have a little card that we would send with it. I've used some of the Toil Tidings DSP, which is this gingham. On the reverse it's cherry cobbler. There's the reverse there, really lovely. We've used the celebration label dies, and I've cut it from garden green on the card and very vanilla on the box. I've used the pine woods dies to cut this lovely Christmas tree aperture on this one, and then these two Christmas tree dies here, and mounted them together. Sentiments come from a mix of peace and joy and wrapped in Christmas. And that's it for me this evening. I hope you enjoyed the second part of my tutorial. Sorry about the internet issues at the start. If you have any questions about anything I've done, let me know, drop me a message. I will add in all the measurements to this post in the next kind of 15-20 minutes, for anyone who wanted to make that at home. This was my original version, a birthday version, so we've got two different styles there for you. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your Wednesday evening to spend with me, or Wednesday day, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much to all of my international watchers. You've made my day. I'll next be live here on Sunday evening at 8:30 with another Christmas design, I'm sure. Have a great few days, guys. Take care, stay safe, and hope to speak to you soon. Bye.